RCBS makes a ton of different rifle dies and rifle die sets. If you're looking to buy a set of rifle dies from RCBS, this video will help you know what's available and which set is right for you. Hey guys, Gavin here from UltimateReloader.com. This year we've covered a ton of content related to RCBS. This video is going to be a great addition to those stories. If you haven't done so already, you're going to want to check out our RCBS plant tour. This is a vast facility in Oroville, California. This stuff is made in the United States. They have really amazing machines and people, capabilities, space. It was absolutely awesome to see that. We also did a video covering how RCBS dies are made from start to finish. That covered pistol and rifle. In this video, we're going to talk about the rifle die product portfolio, individual dies and sets. Now, there are some things that are common to all RCBS rifle dies. They are all made in the USA. They have proprietary steel blends that they use, different alloys. We actually saw racks of this material when we were down there talking with Steve Coach and talking about how they have optimized their materials. There is a proprietary interior finishing process. You know, when we were preparing for this story, we took a look at a bunch of different dies and shone a light through them and looked at the interior surface finish. Especially for your sizer die, this makes a huge difference. And the RCBS dies are super smooth. They were the smoothest ones that we looked at on the interior, and that's going to show up after you've sized your cases. Also, it's going to reduce the sizing effort, the better surface finish that you have. These dies are held to exacting tolerances on state-of-the-art CNC machinery. They all have the hex lock rings with the locking set screw. Now, the larger dies, the 1.5" diameter dies with the 1.5" threads, they actually have circular rings, but they also have the set screw to preserve their setting. All of the dies, except for the 1.5" dies, use standard 7/8 14 threading, and that means you're going to be able to use them on single stage presses, turrets, and progressives. So let's talk about sizer dies. First up is the RCBS standard full-length sizer die. This has the chamber, which is going to size your brass to minimum SAMI specifications. That means you don't have to worry about it chambering in your gun. It's going to size the body, the shoulder, and the neck as appropriate. It's got that optimized interior surface finish, which is going to lessen the forces necessary and optimize the appearance of the brass after it's sized. If we take out the decapping rod, we can see here that we have an expander ball and we have a replaceable decapping pin, and it's easy to make adjustments using this lock nut in terms of how much decapper pin is protruding. Next up, we have the small base full-length sizer. This is very similar to the standard full-length sizer. It's got the removable decapping rod. It's got an expander ball, replaceable decapping pin, but the chamber geometry is optimized for tight chambers and semi-autos. So if you have an AR-15 or an AR-10, this is a great option. If you have military brass that's been previously fired in a machine gun like 7.62x51, which is .308 Winchester military spec, or 5.56. This is going to help to get that base back down to where it's going to feed in either a bolt gun or an AR reliably. Okay, and then we have the standard neck sizer. The neck sizer is a lot like the standard full-length sizer, but it does not size the shoulder or the body. So it's going to size the neck only, which can help with chambering accuracy for match rifles. Just note that if you neck only size, you might have to full length size after a few, maybe 5 reloadings. It's got the same removable decapping rod with the expander ball, replaceable decapping pin, and it looks the same, but it says neck on the side of the die. Okay, here's a special die. This is called the X die from RCBS. This is a lot like the standard full-length sizer, but this die has been engineered with a case mouth shoulder on the decapping rod. And what this does is it just pushes back on the case mouth during the full-length resizing process when case length normally elongates and prevents that growth from happening. We did a test with this die, and after the initial settle in, with 20 firings and resizes with no trimming, we had a growth of only 4.5 thousandths of an inch, which meant it was still in spec. One final note on this, it's available with regular base sizing and small base sizing. Okay, now we're going to step up to Matchmaster dies. Matchmaster is the premium lineup from RCBS in terms of their reloading equipment lineup, and that includes their reloading dies. The Matchmaster sizer dies are available in two different configurations. Both use a bushing to size the neck area, and that's awesome because you can account for different case neck thicknesses and different turning that you might do of the case neck to different thickness levels and achieve optimal bullet neck tension. So you're going to take the decapping rod out. You can see this has a coated expander ball, which is nice. Also has the replaceable decapper. You would drop your bushing in. The bushings are available in different diameters. You're going to leave that a little room to rattle around. Now you have a die that is tuned for the neck tension given the brass that you're reloading. This is available in neck only sizer configuration or full length. Both use the bushings. Okay, so that covers all the sizer dies from RCBS. Now let's talk about Cedar dies, and we're going to start with the standard Cedar die from RCBS. This is a very straightforward die. It's got all those common properties that we talked about, but this has an adjustable seating depth plug up here. This is this threaded spindle right here, and we've got a lock nut as well. So when we crank this down to the appropriate depth, we can lock that nut and our setting will be preserved. It's also got a built-in 20-degree crimp feature. And so if you don't want the crimp, what you're going to do is crank the die down with a shell casing in place with the ram all the way up, and you're just going to stop before you feel any resistance. You've got your Cedar plug backed out. If you've got a dummy round, that's a really great way to do it. Then you'll just lower the seating plug, give it a little bit of a snug tightening, and then lock your lock nut in place. That's about all there is to setting up the standard Cedar. So then we have the taper crimp Cedar die. This is denoted with T/C on the box, or TC if you're reading the writing that's engraved on the die. The taper crimp is optimized for semi-autos. You'll notice the black cases here. These are the AR series dies. When you're using a solid copper projectile with a cannula, the 7-degree taper crimp is going to be perfect for getting just that little bit of crimp into the cannula, and you're not going to have bulging or buckling. So if you have ARs, this is a great Cedar die. You can use it with or without the crimp function with the same adjustment method I talked about for the regular seating die. And here is the Matchmaster Cedar die. This thing is awesome. It's polished, it's deep blued, so it actually has a different appearance than the other dies. It's got an oversized micrometer knob. It's got a vernier scale on there so that you can tell how many turns you're at. It's adjustable in 1,000th increments. It's got a sliding sleeve that's going to guide the case up, a floating seating plug that's self-aligning. And what I love about it is it's got this window where you can drop the bullet in from the top. It centers it and guides it into place. You can also put the bullet on the top of the case and feed it up if you feel like doing that, but the window is awesome. Okay, so that's the individual dies. I put together this special chart because, again, RCBS has so many different options. It's helpful to be able to visualize this all in one place. And one caveat, this is what is offered by RCBS today in 2025. You're going to want to check their website because they're constantly innovating in terms of what they're offering in their product lineup. So the different die sets are the Group A and D, which are standard, the Group A neck, the Supreme, the Group A small base, AR series, X die sets, Matchmaster full-length bushing, and Matchmaster neck bushing. Okay, so Group A and D is just going to have your standard full-length sizer and your standard Cedar. This is the bread and butter of the RCBS lineup, and as you can see, we have the most in our lineup of those, definitely. Group A neck is going to be the same, except you're going to get the standard neck sizer instead of the standard full-length sizer. The Supreme die set is going to have the standard full-length sizer, the standard Cedar die, but it also comes with a chamber gauge and a shell holder. So if you kind of want one-stop shopping, I think that is a really great way to go, because the chamber gauge is going to be more of a fail-safe in terms of making sure that your ammunition, your rifle cartridges that you're reloading are going to actually chamber reliably in your firearm. Group A small base is going to have a small base full-length sizer and a standard Cedar. The AR series dies, which you see in this stack here, they have the AR designation on the box, are going to come with a small base full-length sizer and a taper crimp Cedar die. We talked about how those are important for semi-autos and ARs. The X die sets are going to come with the X die full-length die and the standard Cedar die. Matchmaster full-length bushing and Matchmaster neck bushing are the same. You're going to get the Cedar die in both, but the full-length bushing die set comes with that full-length bushing die, and the neck bushing die set comes with the neck-only bushing sizer die. So a couple quick notes. The X die sets are also available with small base X die sizer. You're going to want to check that and make sure you get the right one. If it's one of those cartridges like a 223 or 308 that could cross over, depending on if you're doing a bolt gun or if you're doing an AR or other semi-auto. Group C die sets are available for straight wall rifle cartridges. We have some of those that are represented here. And there are also non-expanding mandrels that are available. Whew, okay, so that covers basically all of RCBS's standard die offerings, but there are also some specialty dies. We have their primer pocket swager, which is available as kind of a kit shown here, or with individual pieces and components. There is the RCBS lockout die, which has a mechanical lockout. If the powder level is too low or too high, it'll jam the press and you have to stop and investigate. It's a really great feature. The powder checker die is also a great fail-safe, but it has a central rod that comes up and an easily settable white rubber O-ring that you can set to the appropriate level. And then each time the press is at the top of the stroke, you just check to make sure that the tip of the center rod and that O-ring align. And you can decide how much forgiveness you want to give it. There's decappers, heavy duty and standard. There's also lube dies that can lubricate the cases, say in a progressive press, if you have heavy duty sizing that's happening, which does happen when you're sizing bottleneck cartridges. Then we also have 1.5 inch diameter threaded dies. These are the big boys. We showed these in 50 BMG. They're also available in 416 Barrett. They're designed specifically for the Ammo Master 2 press. I believe they'll also work in other presses, and they're also hardened like all the other RCBS dies. These dies are extremely high quality, and we got great results with 50 BMG using ammo loaded with these dies. Finally, we have some rare dies. Safari dies are going to include a full-length sizer and standard Cedar, and these are going to be for Safari calibers. We have legacy dies that have a full-length sizer, expander, and Cedar with roll crimp. Again, kind of a specialty, kind of rare situation. Inventory and stock levels may vary. And then there are cowboy dies, which have a special appearance, the gold and black, which you can see here. Those have a full-length sizer, expander, and Cedar with roll crimp. So in conclusion, RCBS has pretty much a rifle die for every occasion. And I hope this resource will help you navigate their product portfolio. The RCBS website is easy to navigate and have a great search function. But if you click on the first link in the video description, we'll have a breakdown with product links for a lot of the products that I talked about in this video. What I'd like to know is, what RCBS rifle dies are you running, and what are you loading, which cartridge, what are you shooting it in, and what's your application? Is it hunting? Is it target? Is it something else? Let us know. Drop a comment and we'll join you down there in the comments section. Also, good news, we're going to do the same kind of video for pistol dies. So you're going to want to make sure that you're subscribed with notifications so you don't miss that. Thank you very much for watching. That concludes this video, and that means it's time to wrap it up. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're watching Ultimate Reloader on TV and want to take advantage of free resources, exclusives, and hot deals, just hold your camera phone up to the QR code, tap on the link, fill out the information, boom, you're getting Ultimate Reloader emails. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, we're on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, where we've got unrestricted content, and Instagram. Make sure to follow us on all those channels. Ultimate Reloader also has a commercial solutions division serving law enforcement, the military, and the gun industry. We have some unique capabilities, including a comprehensive suite of recoil testing and evaluation capabilities, trigger profiling, and more. Thanks again for watching.